Previously on TVSins.
I'm gonna get 24th century on his ass.
You hear me talking, hillbilly boy?
Birdemic, shock and anarchy. Roll jackets. Commercials. Jackershals? Smoking while riding may be considered badass among certain circles, but I've had ash fly in my eye before, and that is the worst. Great, so I'll just go ahead and assume this show will also be a lot of pointless death that will eventually lead to a spin-off show that is basically the same as this one. Almost all the brands in the store have been covered by stickers or signs or blurred out or turned around. They even tape over a book about Goldilocks. I'm okay with nobody wondering why the chips are turned around, but I'm not okay with two people who never asked why a book about wheels going round and round contains 0 wheels and a thirsty ringlet blonde with no privacy boundaries. Also, why go through all the trouble to cover the Goldilocks book with a fake cover, but leave a real book on the top shelf that could have worked perfectly for this scene? Also, this tiny store has way too many items on sale. I think I'd rather pay full price for everything and avoid the discount bombardment. Now that's what I call, puts on sunglasses, a firearm.
Yeah, the fire dick says it was arsons.
Fire dick.
Some days you're the Beamer, some days you're the goddamn deer.
Okay, maybe, but in this case, both the Beamer and the deer are in really bad shape. So, can I choose neither? Or maybe today I can be the left rear taillight and just be fine and comfy in my casing and completely oblivious to the trauma at the other end of the car?
Just pretend it's carve your own steak night at Sizzler.
Maybe wrap some chain around the hind legs and yank it out over the hood before dismembering the bloody corpse inside the vehicle that I assume is meant to be salvaged. Gritty show has to grit, I guess. There's a chainsaw running as this guy retches over the side of the car door. So where is the chainsaw? In his hands? If so, he's hacking the out of the interior of this car. And you thought the Bluebell liquor chump was an asshole. Seriously, folks, a little respect for the cream that hath been iced. If the guns, arson, and gruesome deaths weren't enough to clue me into this being a bummer of a show, this very pregnant addict was the bullet between my eyes. That's some top-notch, nostalgic, box-wiping acting right there, folks. There's no sign of debris or dust, so you can already clearly read what it says. But can you read the emotion? Do you need to hint at a particular backstory quickly with the least amount of effort? Stop by Expositions R Us to have your stack of photos sorted for the most amount of information in the least amount of time.
Where did you get that name, half-sack?
File this moment under questions with obvious answers that no one in their right mind would ask because you know the guy's gonna drop trow and show you. You know, for safekeeping.
Hairy dog.
Gotta be the Nord stealing out of the dog again.
Darby got out of Chino 2 weeks ago.
This show grossly underestimates my desire to retain a ton of code names for people, places, drugs, and guns. It's like Game of Thrones traded tits and dragons for leather and exhaust fumes, and I refuse to keep it all straight with sticky notes, string, thumbtacks, and my single remaining.
I even mentioned Sam Crow to Donna. She's gonna bust out crying.
I know how she feels. This show is so depressingly dreary, I've been on the verge of tears for 20 minutes. I mean, they're anger tears, sure, but tears nonetheless.
Fractured cheek, broken nose.
Yeah, he's lucky to be breathing.
This show is doing some really groundbreaking work in the tired anti-hero genre by completely eliminating the hero part of the equation. Well done! Look, I don't expect perfection, but I do expect that third punch not to look like you threw it 1.5 feet above his head. Also, I do expect perfection.
You want to do the right thing by your family, of course. Well, then go see your son.
Holy I haven't seen two guys face-to-face with voices this gravelly since Bradley Cooper and Sam Elliott tussled in A Star Is Born. Fun fact, the working title of this show was Bro Hugs and Tattoos with the Vroom Vroom Boys. Jack's just got the smacked out of him, so there should be a growing, splotty red handprint right about here. Not so much here or here, but right here.
Tellers do not die easy.
No, we just die bloody.
That's the Irish in us.
That's I-racist. Flushing plastic. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000,000 times. Guns and buns is just another way of asking for a second asshole. Actually, I've only said that once.
When you can't ride anymore, they'll vote my son in as president. I just want to make sure he's following in the right father's footsteps.
For a show about tough-ass bikers and badass ruffians, this sure does have a lot of soap-ass opera to it, huh? A.D. Skinner isn't yelling at Fox Mulder in this scene.
Guess there's some things you can't change.
I leave it there, so I remember all that behind me.
Good for you, Tara. I fully believe that your hard work to become a surgeon and do good in society will drive your decision to leave the town of Charming a better place. Some shows would have killed you off eventually in a crazy plot point, being stabbed with a barbecue fork while drowning. Glad that won't ever happen on this show.
Backtracked on Alvarez's dummy corporations in San Leandro along the UPAC rail line here.
The lack of red Sharpie circling a location on this map and the multitude of finger placement has me sort of confused. But sure, let's go do plot stuff wherever you just said.
Ready, Dan?
I'm packing explosives for illegal activity, with not only the side door to the garage ajar, but also the main garage door completely open in broad daylight at a time when both you and the kids are home, even though I've been clear I don't want you to know about it. You? The look of betrayal in her eyes is so heartbreaking that I'm reminded of the many times I've brought home pizza but forgotten my wife's breadsticks.
I didn't know what to say. Still don't.
Brave admission from the writer's room somehow makes it into the final script. Preparing for battle complete with the examination of oneself in the mirror cliche. Hellboy's Angels. I want you to hold my hand. For the next few minutes, we will cut between Asian Elvis, the big gun run break-in, and premature infant surgery. I think the show thinks this is creative storytelling. To me, it feels like someone is sitting on the remote. Oh, sweet Jesus! Oh, help me, Mama, help me! Oh, sweet Jesus! Wow, gotta commend Asian Elvis for remaining in character, even when he's getting his ass beaten. Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't be more of a method than this guy.
What the hell is the problem? Nothing.
Didn't the Mayans just blow up a bunch of propane tanks when they stole the guns in the first place? Like, I guess the Sons of Anarchy are more technically proficient and want to wire the place with explosives. But the Mayan method sure seemed pretty effective.
Gotta be the Mayans.
Yeah.
Roll backdoor pilots?
Should have been long gone by now.
Those Mayans were pulling in within 10 seconds of when Charlie started working on that bomb. Even if he'd finished it up right away, you'd be in the same spot. When adrenaline runs high, nobody cares about ricochets.
It's gonna be okay.
Looks good.
Doctors Without Boundaries. Aw, it's one happy family. It's like David Fincher decided to direct This Is Us. So precious.
Oh, that's going to chafe my willy.
What the hell is that?
Long ride from Charming to Oakland. How come Easy Rider meeting me face to face?
I just can't smile without you.
So crank to my pregnant ex-wife?
Apologize to her.
Don't you say that.
I'm gonna put my boot so far up your cloaca.
They think I'm flying when they so crank to my pregnant ex.
Do you have anything to add to this, Agent Scully?
Can we talk?
What is it?
You don't need meds. You're just listening to the wrong voice. Feministas unite!